Hello, my name is Sydney, Sidders and Soulhan_do, and welcome back to the Kent Coast Walk. You join me here in Dover by Dover Beach, by Dover Harbour. Last time we did our exciting walk along the White Cliffs of Dover, but today we've also got more cliffs to experience on our walk from Dover to Folkestone. The walk will be taking us from right here. We'll be seeing Dover Pier next to Dover Marina. We'll be continuing onwards to a secret beach in Dover called Shakespeare Beach, and then heading out into the countryside, seeing places such as Samphire Hoe, Folkestone Warren, and we'll finish off at the third Martello Tower of Folkestone. It is a lovely, bright, sunny day today. The sun is so bright, I'm squinting, but it's such good weather for the walk. And I'm also joined by my mum, boyfriend Ben, and JC. Looking back that way where we came, you've got the White Cliffs of Dover, and also the Port of Dover, where the ferries head off to Calais in France. We're heading this way past these beautiful white buildings along the seafront, towards the Marina of Dover. You've got this little squiggly path here, and you've also got the main promenade, and these beautiful wildflowers all along the beach here in Dover. Seafront Wildlife Area. The new Marina Pier is private property owned by Dover Harbour Board. Use this pier at your own risk! Oh my word. There's the opening hours, and a lot of warnings about using this pier. Is it safe to use this pier? Well, here's the Dover New Marina Pier. I called it Dover Pier, but I guess it's New Marina Pier, and it hasn't been here for all that long. They built it not that long ago. You got the marina right there. Very cool. There's a clock tower over there, which we're going to check out in a little bit. And you've got good views back this way of the restaurant, the whole seafront with Dover Castle up there, White Cliffs and the Port of Dover. Look at those fish. There are fish in the marina. Wow, the whole shoal of them. The end of the new Marina Pier. It's really cool. You get some great views over the entire Dover, Port of Dover area. You got the whole beachfront. You've got the castle. You've got the ferries taking off. Just a really great view from this pier, and I highly recommend walking along here. Hey guys, what do you two think of the Pier of Dover?
It's really nice. It's really great views. Really nice place to sit on the end.
One last thing before we leave the pier, they've got this cute little sit down area at the end, so you can take a rest, enjoy the view before you head back down the pier. Oh look, a doggy bin. From Dover Pier, we made our way around to the other side of the marina. Here we found the Clock Tower Square, a wide open space with benches and views across the marina, harbour and over to Dover Castle. There are also quite a few food stands selling pizza, South African food, beer, ice cream, coffee, sandwiches, vegan food, and more. Wow, that is quite a lot of food to choose from, and you can definitely see the regeneration that Dover is putting money into in this area. And of course, the clock tower itself! The original clock tower opened in 1830, though this was demolished in 1871 due to harbour development. The current design was originally built soon after in the 1870s next to the almost detached old lifeboat station. It too was demolished to make way for further harbour development before being rebuilt in the 1890s. Right, we've got a little bit of walking to do around the next section of Dover Harbour, and then we'll be at the secret Shakespeare Beach. I am excited, let's get going. Welcome to Shakespeare Beach. This place is beautiful. Let's explore. Shakespeare Beach is quite the pebbly beach and it's a bit difficult to walk, but the views, I just can't get over them. I probably said in the voiceover, but look at this cliff, Shakespeare Cliff. It's fantastic. A beautiful water, and it's all on this isolated beach that most of the people who visit Dover probably don't know about. So we made it to the big cliff at the end of Shakespeare Beach, and from this point you kind of have to go up these steps and on top of the cliffs, unless you want to be scrambling across massive boulders, which I feel like might be a little bit unsafe in this situation. So you do have to come here at low tide in order to get past, otherwise you'll have to take the further inland route to get around Shakespeare Beach. Up these stairs, which cross over the train line between Folkestone and Dover, Dover and Folkestone. They literally cut through the cliffs on the coast. So you've got the line following along just within the cliffs, and sometimes they pop out here and there, such as here. There's the bridge that we are crossing. It's very hot today. Oh, train! I missed my stop! There's the train line going through the cliffs, and you can just about see on the other side Samphire Hoe. Yeah, look at that. You can see Samphire Hoe peaking on the other end of the tunnel. That's very cool. We've got to go quite the diversion up the cliff and over to then go down to Samphire Hoe. with me being a little bit unfit at the moment, that was quite a tough climb. Heart was racing, but the views, just incredible. Like some of the best views we've seen on the entire Kent Coast Walk. You've got the views of Dover back there, and the way that we're heading, you've got the views of Folkestone in the distance, and I can even see like Samphire Hoe. I can see Folkestone. If it was a less hazy day, you'd be able to see like all the way to Dungeness. It's just like so beautiful, this area. It wasn't just me. We're all pretty exhausted from that hill. It was quite a tough climb. JC, Ben, and my mum are all having a rest with this wonderful view of a cliff.
Certainly a cliff.
Off we go again, heading down to Samphire Hoe, which we don't have to climb any more cliffs today. It's literally right there by the road is the entrance to Samphire Hoe. So it's time to turn away from the cliff tops, and we are taking, the path does continue along that way, but we're taking this turn down here, which will lead us down towards the road in a second. Wow, that second was quick. Yeah, basically down to this bridge next to A Cliff. We're gonna sort of head along that way where JC's going and my mum. Possibly our last sighting of Dover, just through the busy road there under the bridge. So bye-bye Dover. Samphire! This way! Oh, the cars are moving. Wow, the tunnel which goes down to Samphire Hoe. I am particularly freaking out about this in my geeky way. So the tunnel is like, it's a one-way road, which is the only way to drive down to this nature reserve. So they have to have traffic lights which let people know when they can go down and let people know when they can drive up. And there's also a footpath which you can follow down the tunnel to get to the nature reserve. Let's check it out, and I'll tell you a bit more about the area once we get down there. Enter the tunnel we go. Oh, it's so much cooler in here already. It's quite a hot day out there. This place is actually so cool. Like, a tunnel that's just, they bored this through the cliff, through the hills by the sea to get down. Like, and listen to the cars as they go past. It's just like the roar of them going through. And then, echo! Echo! The echo of the cave. Like the cave? The tunnel. It's so echoey. Honestly, like, to keep discovering these really cool sites all along the Kent coast, I get excited every single time. There it is. At the bottom, the nature reserve of Samphire Hoe. Immediately out of the tunnel, we were greeted by these spectacular grassy white cliffs. The whole area felt like an island of nature lost to the lands above. Before we could continue exploring though, we headed straight for the facilities and the car park. We were in very much need of an ice cream and a refreshing drink, so this was the perfect time. So here's the Samphire Hoe nature page. You got some like skylark, other birds. How lovely! A lizard, a common lizard, and a snake. Britain's only venomous snake, the adder.
And it comes out on warm days.
Just like today. Our first sight leaving the visitors centre was the Samphire Tower, an intriguing piece of art. While we explore, let's talk about Samphire Hoe itself. Made up from the debris of digging the Channel Tunnel between England and France, Samphire Hoe is completely man-made, 45 hectares of reclaimed land from the sea. This location was selected as it had the least effect on the environment, but also as the tunnel itself runs directly beneath. There are some points in this area where the Eurostar may be directly beneath your feet. It's amazing that together we are able to build this important connection between England and Europe, helping our isolated island feel more a part of the continent we call home, and also creating a new safe habitat for hundreds of plants, birds, and 30 species of butterfly. And apparently reptiles too, with the adder and the lizards. Like, wow, just incredible. In 1997, this nature reserve was opened to the public to be enjoyed by those connected on both sides of the channel. In true Kent Coast Walk fashion, we chose to walk right along the shore, on the seawall, rather than the picturesque winding paths that go through the grasses, but I will definitely be returning sometime soon to see those two, because they truly are very picturesque, and the wildlife you could see, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, there's our sighting of Folkestone in the distance. You can just about see the town over there, popping up through the haze, the buildings and stuff. Quite atmospheric. So, we've reached the end of Samphire Hoe and discovered the secret beach at the end of it, which is pretty cool. We're going to be heading along the bottom of the grassy white cliffs between Dover and Folkestone, and seeing what there is in this tidal section of the walk. We had to wait a little bit because it was high tide, but the tide is now going out, so hopefully we can make it through with any luck. It's going to be interesting to see us see what there is to see at the bottom of these cliffs. I know there's a lot of pebble walking. There's also some landslides, so potential danger there that you should be aware of with walking this section. And yeah, anything else that might come our way, we shall check out.
Worth the risk of getting your feet slightly wet. The risk of getting your feet slightly wet.
What happened to your shoes, Ben?
Well, Sydney, there's a lot of water.
So, Mum, what happened to your shoes?
Sidders S, Kent Coast Walk. That's what happened to my shoes.
Like, Shakespeare Beach was lovely, but now that I'm here, this is like, it's just completely... These beaches are so wonderful and so Like, they're just these isolated, beautiful beaches at the bottom of the cliffs, which you can only get to if you put in the effort to walk here and scramble around the rocks. It's really beautiful. I don't know what else I can say. The crashing waves, the cliffs, and the plants that just come out of the wall, out of the walls of the cliff. When I eventually make the list, this is definitely going to be in the top locations of the Kent coast. And right up there, if not at the top of the Kent coast beaches. My mum's found some driftwood. And a holy stone. Okay, broken record time. But everything I said about the previous beaches have been blown out the water. This is just like, just listen to the silence. It's the true off the beaten path beach at the bottom of the cliffs. People haven't ventured this far, unlike the other beaches. I feel like I'm in a different world. Just so peaceful. So along with this area being very lovely, we've discovered something else about it. It's quite a popular area with naturists. There's a lot of naked people on this beach. I've been having to avoid my camera. Yeah.
Mostly men.
Mostly men. How do you feel about it, Ben?
It's been an adventure. It's been a very varied walk.
So, at the end of the naturist beach, we have found a ladder. There's no other way to get up there. You've just got to climb up the ladder to get onto the seawall. So, good luck, JC.
It's attached apparently, but not attached. I don't have that.
Do you want some help? Oh, well, here goes ladder. Bloody hell. How? How?
I feel like Ben's just got me. That's it, it's a bit wider here, so be really careful.
That was terrifying. The ladder is rickety and the area that you can climb up onto is very thin and yeah. There's a massive gap between the top step of the ladder and getting up as well, so you really have to hoist yourself up onto this very small area. And you're going to get completely chalky. I would suggest massive danger warning for this, like only do it if you really feel like you can do it, because yeah, that's not very safe. You could easily fall and seriously injure yourself there. Be very careful if you are going this route at the bottom of the cliffs. And don't wear shorts, because that's going to be ouchy and you get covered in chalk. I can't film behind me to show you the view of where we just came because, you know, lots of nudity. But we can film this way, towards Folkestone. And I think any moment now, we are actually going to be crossing over into Folkestone district. With us now being on top of the seawall, with a massive death drop, there is a lot of warning signs about not climbing and rock falls, so I just want to warn people that, yeah, this area can be a bit dangerous with rock slides and collapses and stuff, so just be very aware when you're walking here. If you see falling rocks, don't stand under it. You will probably not have a good time. Yeah, be careful. Even my mum tells you to be careful. So yeah, now being on the sea wall, we have arrived in an area called Folkestone Warren, which is a nature reserve, scientific special interest and all that. Well, there's been a lot of landslides over the years, and the landslides have caused there to be almost like platforms of grassy platforms going down towards the sea. And it's created a habitat for those, for like species of animals and plants and that to thrive here, which is why it's a nature reserve. At this stage, we've got a clear view of the end of today's walk, which is just up on that hill in the distance, Martello Tower, number 3. Right there. The specific title is East Cliff and Warren Country Park. And up there on top of the cliff, we are just passing the village of Capel-le-Fern. Interesting fact to give you as we get towards this little cliff jutting out of the concrete. So, we're at a noteworthy landmark right here. We're crossing over the border between Dover district and Folkestone and Hive districts, right by this massive cliff. And also this red caution sign. It's often kind of hard to define. Like, it shows it on the map, but you're never too sure exactly the specific spot because they're not marked in the real world. So I'm going to use this sign right here. Whoop! I'm in Folkestone and Hive districts. Bye bye Dover districts. Oh, hi Daisy, nice to see you.
I'm in Dover.
Hello Dover districts. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to come over to Folkestone and Hive districts?
For free?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant.
Look at that, guys.
Now what I forgot to mention, partially due to exhaustion at this stage in the walk, that this is the very last Kent District border crossing in the entire Kent Coast walk. We have had a whole variety of them on this journey, and we finally made it to our final district of the Kent Coast walk, which it's just incredible. The next time we cross a district border crossing, it'll be between Kent and Sussex. So here's a little montage of all the border crossings that we've had on our journey.
Filming my hovering.
You're welcome. And with that last scramble to the footpath, we are ending the direct contact with the water for today. Now it's just up this path to Martello Tower number 3. Martello Tower number 1. Made it to the top of that last hill, exhausted. Martello Tower 1 is over there, and Martello Tower 3 is right there.
Nearly there.
So, JC, how did you find the walk? Mum and Ben, how have you found today's walk?
Exhilarating, exciting, and the toughest Kent Coast walk so far.
Varied. But really good, really fun. Tough. Not really a walk you'd probably want to do if you want something chilled, but we saw some amazing stuff and it was really cool.
So then, that's the end of another Kent Coast walk, Dover to Folkestone. And let me just say, that has been absolutely brilliant. One of the best, and definitely a contender for the top 5. Don't know if it would be the best, we'll have to see. It was just such a good walk, so much to see. Crazy, just super varied, quite tough, but we did it. And it feels like such an accomplishment to complete another walk. Next time, we're going to be walking from Martello Tower number 3, which is Folkestone, to Hive. So I'll look forward to that, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, don't forget to believe in the rainbows. Goodbye!